All right, good night, everyone. I see my friend from last year, Stacy. All right, good. So you next year. All right, all the best, all the best. Apart from Stacy, let's go ahead and rep yourself in the chat. Just say hi so I know who's here or who was here first. Go ahead and you can share the name of your school, especially if you're new here. Welcome back. If you were here on Thursday night, then you know that we have been doing some multiple choice questions. We started with the May 2005 and started May 2005 and we did questions 1 to 20. All right, so tonight we pick up from 21 and we will see where we are when 8:30 comes. All right, hello, Sab King, good night. And we have Red Apple. Which school are you from? I don't recall seeing Red Apple in the chat previously. All right, go ahead and also share the link, guys. It's 7:02. Let's see if we can just take off at even 7:05. All right. All right. Let me get this up on my screen. If you're a first timer, let us know in the chat, please. If it's your first time, let me know and welcome. Turner. All right, let me use this to ensure I'm seeing everybody. Okay. Oh, Red Apple is from JG. All right. Brittany's here for the first time. Sav King for the first time. Red Apple for the first time. Cool night. Hi, Shanique. Hi, Shanique. All right. All right. So as I said earlier, we will try to shoot at 7:05. All right. Just give some persons time to come on. Who did forget? Who just get a link, etc. All right. And for those of you who are here, since we have a good amount of first timers, hello, Oriana. Your name is nice. I don't know if it's their first time, but you can let me know in the chat. Yeah, for those first timers, questions 1 to 20 would have been gone from Thursday night, so you can always go and look at that. Also, I placed the link to that in the description below, so you can go ahead and see the link to the first live from Thursday night, first live with paper one solutions. On Thursday night, I also mentioned that last year we did some live videos and those were paper two questions. You can always check out those. I have put that playlist, the link to that playlist below as well. Apart from that playlist, there's one other one. Okay, yes, there are multiple choice questions. There's a playlist for that, so you can look at those I've done before. All right. And we are about to go. All right. One last chance to just share the link with somebody where you don't see here. So if on a there, put a name in the chat so a friend can see you. I know so on there. But go ahead and just share with one other CXC student or with your class or with your teacher so that you can share with your friends easily. All right. And of course, like the live, they say. If you do that, other persons will be able to see what we're over here going with. Okay, Oriana is from Dembe. Awesome. Hello, MT. That word. All right. And hi, Samantha. Welcome. Welcome. It's your first time. All right. We're ready to kickstart things. I have given the chance to share the link. So let's all just get in the mood to pay attention right now. All right. Hi, Andriana, my darling. All right. So this is how it goes. Once the question is on screen, sometimes I will give you the chance to go ahead and do it by yourself. If it's one that will take, especially a very short time, you just go ahead and type the letter in the chat that corresponds with your answer. We'll check if we're right, etc. And yeah, sometimes we'll just go ahead and do it together. All right. For some questions, if you have the persons who already know what to do, you start, and then I work with the other persons who need a push start. All right. There's one last thing. So we're going to look at strategies to solving these multiple choice questions as we go along. We're going to look at concepts, write down formulas when we book up on them, etc., etc., etc. All right. Here we go. And question number 21 of May 2005. We did a simple interest question last on Thursday, and now here's another one. Mary invested, for those persons who might be using a small screen, Mary invested $200 for 3 years at 5% per annum. And we know per annum means per year. John invested $300 at the same rate. If they both received the same amount of money in interest, for how many years did John invest his money? Take your shot. Take your shot. If you're finished before everybody else, you can also go ahead and just share the link to the live again. All right. Jesus. Take your shot. Hey, Kimani, I thought you were going to be here first, like legit. But anyway, the way they have started the this first question, persons have started attempting it, so go right ahead. Yes, my love, we'll start with you, Orsh. Maybe you thought we were gonna start 7:10 like the other night, but we want to get as much in as possible, and I didn't want our folks waiting too long. All right. I'll go ahead and start for those who need a starter. All right, it says Mary invested $200 for 3 years at 5% per annum. And one of the things we looked at on Thursday is that the formula for calculating simple interest is principal times rate times time. Principal is the amount she invested. Oh, and all of this is over 100. My apologies. And we talked about why it's over 100 too, all right, because of the rate percentage. All right, and then the principal is 200 times, the rate is 5%, and that's how we get our over 100, 5 over 100, times time, which is 3 years. All right, we can tell then, after we've done some cancellation, and all right, somebody said the answer is B, let's see. Do not be using a calculator, guys. Remember, this is paper 1. All right, so you can go ahead and say 10 into 100, 10 into 200. So that means 0 cancels 0. Then the same thing happens again. And you can go ahead now and say 2 times 5 times 3 for our numerator. And that will give you, and you put your dollar sign because it's, of course, money, $30. All right, 30 over 1, which is still 30. Now, for the next part, it says John invested $300 at the same rate. So that was for Mary. For John, we are told simple interest equal. You want to write a formula again. For John, we are told that he invested $300. You put your $300 in place of P, principal. Uh-oh, I forgot that my picture is going to be right where that T is. My apologies. All right. Hi, Salicia. Good to see you. Times the rate. So it says at the same rate. So we know that the rate for John's money is also 5% over 100. And it says if they both receive the same amount of money for interest. So right here, so now which part you have interest, you're going to go right there, so, and put in $300. Oh, sorry, $30. That's the interest that they both received. If Mary get $30 interest, that means John also got that. Times time, we are asked to find that because we don't know. All right. So this is where you go ahead now and find out how many years John investing money for. And of course, there's a formula for this. So we're gonna also share that. All right. But I'll wait until you're finished. All right, so you work that out just so that you can find the time. All right. So you go ahead and do your calculations. Hopefully someone else gets there before me. All right. You can go ahead and say, well, you can just make one big step. 100 into itself 1, 100 into 300, 3. And so we have 30 equals 15t. And you divide both sides now by t, no, by 15, so that you can get the answer for t. All right. We never fast out of the blocks with that one, but I hope that the next one will get you. So this is how you reason out a question like this. All right. And you cancel out 15 into 15 goes one time. That's going to be t equals 30 divided by 15, 2. So you know that he invested his money for 2 years. All right. While you make any corrections or take that off, I'm going to go ahead and put a formula here for finding time. If you want to find time, there's a formula that says the interest times 100 over the principal times the rate. In the same way, if you want to find the principal, it's going to be the interest, simple interest, times 100 over T times R. And if you want to find the rate, by now you get the picture. Okay, guys, I see the answer. I saw that 2 persons had put in the answer. All right. If you want to find rate, simple interest times 100 over principal times time. So you could have used this formula if you didn't know it to find the number of years. If you never know it, I say you go use the original formula, put in what you know, then hope say you're good at solving a simple equation and you just shoot. All right, let's go ahead and solve it. All right, take a screenshot if you must. 10 more seconds with this on the screen so that we can move on. All right, let's see how many questions we can do tonight. All right. So Kimani, at least you and Samantha stepped out the blocks with that one. So let's see. Number 22. Do not overthink it. Just common sense alone where you use to work out this. An article costs $160. If a profit of 13% is to be made on the cost price, what would be the selling price? Which one of these could you use to find the selling price? The article costs $161. There's a profit of 13% to be made on the cost price. All right. And if you can do questions like them here, I tell you, then these ones that cause you to reason, then I know, so you're well on your way. All right. Oh. All right, let's see what we do with this one. I hope to see some answers in the chat. So for those who just coming on, that's the procedure. Once you finish, you tell us your answer in the chat, and we'll see if you were correct. All right. Those just coming on, share the link with somebody else. Like up the live. And of course, for those of you who are not yet a part of the DG Makes Math Easy family on YouTube, go ahead and you can join. All right. Now me stop chat, so that's when I can do the work. All right. I see an A. I see a C. Only one can be right. All right, I see 3 A's and 2 C's, 4 A's. All right, and A is indeed correct. You can probably reason it from a point where you say 161 times 1 is just 161. So you're like, then 161 times this. Because you know that when something is outside a bracket, then it means it can be multiplied by what's in the bracket, should be, right? So you can look on it like that and say, oh, yeah, that makes sense. These are the original price plus 13% of it is going to be profit, all right? So, which is right, Celicia, they're behind the house, all right? So, yeah, that's legit what you do. All right, so if you were the kind of person who said, oh, the selling price would be cost price plus profit. And then you're like, the cost price is 161 plus the profit is 13% of the cost price. And then by the time you do that, you realize it's really A for true, right? So you maybe would work it from that side there. All right. Yes, decimal white mathematics name, which is right. All right, so yeah, you would see it now as, oh, this is the same thing as this, and you're good to go. So A was correct. Number 23, it says after a 20% increase in an article costs $270. So the article of one particular price, original cost, and it says after it increased by 20%, the article cost $270. What is the original cost of the article? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. All right. And this is multiple choice. So any angle you approach it from is your business, as long as you can work it out with common sense and get the answer. All right, so I know them behind Jonathan Grant is in the house. I don't know who else is in the house. Oh, hi, DJ J Trap. Hi, Kels. Hi, Celia. All right, Janelle, I don't know if when you wrote A, if it was for question 22 or if I do one for the board now, but talk to me. All right. Yes, Alice, I'm not read it yet. Dun, dun, dun. I see B. I see B again. Hi, Hartiva. I see A again. Another minute or so. I'm going to quickly look at about 3 ways you can approach this. All right, Janelle. So that was A. Kimani B. Da-da-da. All right, let's see who got it correct. Keep working if you already started. All right, after a 20% increase, an article costs $270. What is the original cost? So we want the original cost price. All right, it said that after, and we know that if we want, well, it depends on which angle you want to take it from. So the cost price, we mentioned Thursday evening that when you think of original price, think of that price as 100% of itself, because it is 100% is like a basis and like a base, and that's the base that you calculate everything else on. You can calculate profit on that, which would be in this case 20% profit. So you're like, 20% of that original cost. When we put on 20% money, the cost raised to 270. All right, and there are a number of ways that you can think of this. So now we know that the profit was a 20% increase. Well, the increase was 20%. Let me just write that. Let me see if nobody else done. Somebody says C, A, and B again. Formula for increase rate is. All right, we're going to look at it. All right, the increase is 20%, which tells us then that I'm going to leave this part for you to fill in. The cost, the new cost, selling price is going to be how much percent? So the original cost price is 100. The increase is 20%, which means the new cost is how much percent? 100%. Then you put on 20 more percent, Penny. You write in the chat how much percent is going to be the new cost. When it don't make sense here yet, just answer the question. All right. We also know that this new cost is $270. And this is all your reason to yourself in an exam. Right? You think about what the new cost is, then you also think about what percentage does the new cost represent. So the first person will type in at the chat, me just going to put it on the screen. All right. In the meantime, the rest of you can take off that little part. All right. Good. Cost price 100%, increase our 20%. And that tells us then that our new cost is a combination of these two things, which is how much percent? 120%, right? So you're like, another way for me to think of my new cost is not just as 270%, but you can also say, sorry, $270. But we can also say that this new cost is 120% of the regular. It's it's definitely 120%, Salisa. Sorry, I said it too early. I didn't realize that you guys had just heard that question. All right, very good. So, big up Edwin Allen in the house. Carla K from the Winning Champs School. Moving on. Sorry, I had to do that. All right. So, can set yourself, say, if 120% is equal to $270. I need to figure out what 100% is. Because we don't know, say, 100% mean cost price, and I didn't ask before. Now, if we know 120% is 270, you tell me in the chat what is 1%. 120% is 270. If I can figure out what 1% is, we can easily just multiply it by 100 and get my cost price. This is just one of the ways. All right. What would be 1%? 120% is $270. What would be 1%? Oh, sorry. All right, somebody said the answer is B, and that is indeed correct. All right, so 1% would be 270 divided by 120. And if you take your time and do that, reduce and stuff like that, you're gonna get $1.80. All right, and then if you want to know what, hold on, I said that wrong. All right, good. I see Princess Ricky saying the answer is also B. Yes, so listen, I have to pick up Edwin. All right, oops, that's not the pen. So you would get $2.25. When you get that $2.25, they say, oh, if that's a 1%, that means 100% would be 225. And then one big shortcut, no mistake, I could just get along with them first. One big shortcut, as Kimani was suggesting, that maybe we could have had one big something we could have put on the board, right? Simple. Original cost is 270 divided by 120 times 100. And that's clearly, if you understand, say, 270 divided by 120 means, say, to help you find out what 1% of the cost is, then just multiply by 100. That's one way. Number two, you could have, let me not rub that off the board yet. You could have set up your tables nicely. We talked about how ratio can help you in a whole heap of questionnaire. We talked about it Thursday night, right? Yes, Fabine, up and running. Set up two columns. You deal with percent and you deal with dollar sign. You deal with dollars. So you say, oh, 120% is $270. 100% is what I don't know. And from you get that sort out, you say, oh, all right. So my two ratios, them equal. Big up myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and cross multiply. 120 times X, that's 120X. 270 times 100, 27000. 27,000. And you divide both sides by 120 so you can get X by itself. And you're good to go. Hi, Jermaine. Is it your first time? So guys, those are just two of the ways. Use up a ratio if you know if you use ratio good. Otherwise, use up your common sense. Well, ratio is also common sense. But otherwise, just reason. And then the final thing you can do, test the number them when they answer them if you don't know what to do, right? This is a multiple choice question. So you test the answer them. All right. How come I don't see, tell a woman to sit tonight? Serena, two persons, Serena and someone, Jermaine, you look like you want, well, I hope you don't want to sleep. All right. All right, Jermaine, welcome. Welcome. All right, for those who are new, we talked Thursday night that we would also have part 3 on Thursday coming because Monday's holiday, Tuesday and Wednesday I'm gonna be having a workshop. Some persons expressed interest in that. I'm gonna be having a workshop, and as I said that right now, let me just also mention, say, 2 persons, I'm looking for the names, 2 persons are going to get to come to the workshop free. And that's because they were the first 2 in the chat tonight. And that's going to be Sav King and Red Apple. Now, how will I know that this is you? So you go ahead, Sav King and Red Apple, type your correct names in the chat right now. Type your correct name in the chat, your full name. And then you're going to text the 700-5836 number or email me. You're going to send me your first name there along with your ID, because I only way I'm going to say, are you that for true? ID, TRN, something. All right. So those 2 persons will be able to come to the workshop free of cost on Tuesday and Wednesday. So anybody else who would like to come, you would have to reach us using the number or the email. So type on the full name in the chat right now. So that's me can know who. All right. So I can know who is. Let me write the names down. Sav King and Red Apple. Type your name in the YouTube chat, your full name. Then when you text me on WhatsApp or you email me, you're gonna say your name and send me some identification. So I know say you, so nobody else not claim it. All right. If P over 5, this easy, equals 20, then P is down to the end. If P over 5 equals 20, then P is what? I have photographic memory, so me remember someone out of my head. All right. Sav King is Reggie Brown. And the workshop is from 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. All right, so Red Apple, let me know your name. And if Red Apple is not still on, then it means the next person in line would be Brittany Mears. So Brittany, if you're still on, okay, that would be your full name, I think. All right, just answer in the chat, Brittany Mears, if you're still here, because if Red Apple is not still on, you will have to come to the workshop. You will have the opportunity to come. Yeah, this easy. Number 24 is definitely D. All right, P over 5 equals 20, then P is, yeah, right? It's like that you're given an equation to solve, but you're not being asked to solve it to the end. All right. So you say to yourself, if me the one to solve this, what would I do? I would multiply this side by 5 for me to try to get rid of 5. Anything you do to one side, do it to the other. P equals 100. And some people just say to themselves, say, one number more on P for B. All right, 100. 100 divided by 5. And then just write B for the answer. All right. Because this is multiple choice. All right, Fred, it's my first time seeing your name in the chat. I don't know if you are new or you were here before. Oh, Alain, there again. All right. That done. We'll move on. Some questions we take longer than others. If you don't realize the first 2, yeah. This easy, y is equal to the square of x can be written as, what can that be written as? Go ahead and put your answer in the chat and let's see what happens. Let's see how many of us can get that one. So you're saying, I say algebra skills a test if you can use common sense and say the correct answer. Y is equal to the square of x. Andriana, you're late. Look at you. All right, Andriana in the building, guys, from Merle Grove. The answer to this video does light up long time, All right, I'm seeing A, I'm seeing B. Antisocial beast. We're glad they're here, socializing with us. All right. Oriana can't choose. She said A or B. All right. And B is correct. It literally, he just did it. Y is equal to the square of x squared. That's it. All right. And you might, them question here was an easier one. All right. Praise the Lord. All right. What a time for me to be absent from the chat, because, so guys, that is how those two fight. All right. Me no want none of we catch enough of them mix up. I'm just saying that for now. All right. Let me get the questions back on the screen. All right. You should be able to see in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Yes, Alicia. Them, I saw them stay. All right. Nearly let me catch auto talk. Here we go. Number 27. It was something similar to what happened the other night. So, but this evening I just plugged in the charger and thought the middle part was in, but it was not. All right, number 27, negative 8a times negative 3b. Negative 8a times negative 3b. Very easy. Answers in the chat. Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Da-da-da. All right, Reggie, I have seen your message. All right, great. All right, I see D. Who agrees? Oh, I am nice. I see your face. I saw black in front of YouTube chat. All right. Definitely D is the correct answer. Mrs. Jones, you're on a roll. All right. Yes, Fadine. Light it up. All right. Of course, you just multiply the number then. Negative 8 times negative 3. You know, when two negatives are multiplying, kind of love, so when negative come together, they get positive. Because if they're adding, you don't get positive. All right. So when you multiply, this definitely positive 24. So you already know, say, every negative answer wrong. Oops. And then you're like, oh no, we're not supposed to add them 8 and 3. It's multiplication. All right. Yes, Andrea. I'm trying to bother with it because I don't want to come start talk again. I want to go start course. Hi, Nicole. All right. Ready up? 28, 3x squared times 2x cubed. So just like this, you have some part of your paper, you just relax nicely and just cruise through the town. Yep. All right. Cassie, if you're here. Oh, I know who's here. I know who that is. And Janelle is fast out the blocks. Elaine is second, and coming in third, ladies and gentlemen, we have Brown, followed by Hortiva. All right. So, yep. Number A. A is correct. The most distracting answer probably is going to be, or definitely not 72. This is probably the most distracting. 6x to the 6th power. 3 times 2, you get 6. Please do not write 5. So you're in an exam and you're like, oh, it's down to A or B. All right. Should I add the powers or multiply the powers? And this is where most persons make the mistake. So remember the little rule. When you are multiplying same variable, so in this case, x, let me rub out the numbers right now because we don't decide so that are 6. When you're multiplying same letters or same base, you keep the base and you add the powers. All right. Keep the base and add the powers. So Lisa, you were correct. When I put, is a mistake I make and put a sticky, that's why I cross it out to form the X. All right. The only time, so you said confusing. So let's tell you when you would multiply. A is the correct answer here. The only time you multiply powers is when you have something looking like this. When a power is being raised to another power, that's the only time you multiply powers. When you're doing this, you go ahead and say, oh, you multiply the same letter them, x squared times x cubed, you'll get x to the 5th. Or if you write it out, see x squared there, times x cubed X squared times x cubed, that's definitely x to the 5th power. So your answer is A. So confirm in the chat, Alicia, that you are good to go. Number 29, if the set A equals, -2, 1, 3, then the set A is a subset of what else? It's a subset of, is it natural numbers? Is it irrational numbers? Is it whole numbers, integers? What is your answer? Do we already have an answer in the chat? I have D, 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 D. Andriana, Shakira, Celicia, Gombe, Brown, Antisocial Beast. We are at D, and that is correct. We know that integers is a set of negative and positive numbers. All right, so yeah, good to go. That's integers. We also call them signed numbers. That means numbers. A number without sign. All right, either positive or negative. All right, awesome. Good job on that one, guys. When we say when it comes to, natural numbers are those numbers, natural like counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, go up. Whole numbers, counting numbers including 0, counting numbers plus 0, and then we have irrational numbers that are going to be numbers that cannot be written as a fraction. 30. You read this like 3 times to yourself in an exam. When 8 is subtracted from a certain number and the result is multiplied by 3, the final answer is 21. What is the original number? One more time with me, then one time by yourself. When 8 is subtracted from a certain number and that result is multiplied by 3, the final answer is 21. What is the original number? All right, someone said D for number 30 for this question on the board. Let's see. All right, Janelle and Elaine with the same answer. And I need some water. Give me a second. All right, yep. And the letter D has it clearly. Good. I can't test out the number then. The 15 minus 8. The result is 7. And you're like, multiply 3 by 7, I get 21. And for those of you who are algebra lovers, or you need to shape up on your algebra, you say, when 8 is subtracted from a certain number minus 8, see it there? And that result is multiplied by 3. The final answer is 21. Once you get that done, you simply solve it. This is an opportunity for us to practice little solving equations. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times -8, that's -24. Where am I? Yes, equals 21. We want x by itself, get rid of -24 by adding 24. Anything you do to one side, do it to the other with equations. Beside them, follow. All right, so we're gonna have 3x left over this side because -24 plus 24 means that gone. That is canceled. 21 plus 24, that's gonna be 45. Divide both sides by 3, you get your answer. All right. Number 30, I'll leave that on the board for about 10 seconds and then, all right, congratulations to everybody who didn't get it right. You can take a screenshot. This one now, it says, given that 3 star, I'm gonna say star, 6 is equal to 12 and 2 star 5 equals 9. Then what could be a formula for A star B? Now, right, what you said that is asterisk, right? It's 3 asterisk 6 is equal to 12. 2 asterisk 5 is equal to 9. That means there's a certain formula where when you put in 3, A asterisk B, there's a formula that when you put in 3 for A and 6 for B, you get 12 for your answer. If you should put in 2 for A and 5 for B, you get 9 for your answer. What could that formula be? Which one of them there could have been the right answer? This is number 31, and I'm seeing persons saying that the answer is D again. And it's actually correct. So what you want to do here is just to test your answers and see which one of them makes sense. All right. That is correct. 2A plus B, and remember you have to test your answer them. So if you find out that D works, you're like, oh, yes. 2 times 3, that's 2 times A, plus 6, because we say A is 3 and B is 6. So you're like, if I should do 2 times 3 plus 6, do I get 12? Oh, yes. And then you're like, if I should do 2 times 2 plus 5, do I get 9? Oh, yeah, that works. Good? Yeah. That's it. So our answer is D. All right. So what you want to remember for future questions is that if you have A asterisk B, it means that any number that comes first, 3, would be A. Any number that comes second would be used to replace B. 31. Talk to me. Easy again. We're just going to fly through this. The relationship that best describes the mapping above in the diagram is it 1 to 1? Is it 1 to many? Is it many to 1? Is it many to many? For the life of me, I could not understand these things in high school. When I turned adult, I'm like, seriously? This was it? So, all if you don't know maths, you legit know the answer to this. All right? You can reason it out. Is this 1 to 1? Meaning there is one, there's a line going from just one element over here so to 1 over here so. Is it 1 to many, where there's a line going from one element in the first one to many, more than one elements in the second one? Or is it many to 1? Do we have you call it now, arrows from many or more than one elements going to one element in the other in the second circle? All right, so it's definitely, you notice this is going to this and this is also going to the same one. That is more than one going to one, so that's definitely many to 1, right? See it here again, different color. All right, no, many to 1, more than one going to just 1. All right, so these mapping diagrams you can easily figure out. Then again, see there, many going to 1. All right, for anybody who may be lost, 1 to many could look something like this. 1, 2 more than 1. Good, one of them good, I'll go to 3. All right, so that would be like 1 to many. All right, 33. A man used 20% of his land for growing oranges, 65% for mangoes, and the remainder for avocados. Immediately in your mind, you're like, 20% used for land, used for oranges, 65% for mangoes, and the rest for avocados. Answer in the chat, how much would be the percentage for avocados, right? That's the first thing you say in your mind. Oops, geez, this not charge. Okay, good. And the first thing you want to pick out in your mind, right? We know that total percentage would be 100% of the land. So how much left for avocados? While we wait on that in the chat, it says on a pie chart, what is the angle of the sector that represents avocados? There's a pie chart. Let's pretend that this is 20%. Oops. 20% of the land. 20% of the land, and that's for oranges. And then 65%, let's present a whole around here, so 65% of the land. Remember, I'm not putting in degrees now, so don't say, oh, that not like 20, that not like 65. We're writing in percentage. We know that the whole circle must add up to 100%. All right? So me want to tell me how much is the percentage that remains for avocados. This a mango. All right, and I'm seeing answers coming in already. You know, people are getting answer. I know me can't see the percent in the chat. All right, but let's hope that you would have gotten that that part correct. All right. So naturally, you're gonna say if 20% of the oranges, 65% of the mangoes, that's 85%, which means avocados is 100% minus a total of 85% that has already been taken up with oranges and mangoes. So that's gonna be, okay, may I see the answer here now? So that's gonna be 15%, right? So we know so right here says 15%. To say to ourselves what angle of the entire circle represents avocados, you say, 15% of the total angle in our circle, which is how much? 360 degrees. Avocados is 15%. You write it literal. 15% off total. 15% off, you put your multiplication, total 360. And then you figure out what that is. This is paper 2, paper 1. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do the solution by hand instead of just jump on the calculator to give another answer. You can say 0 cancels 0. All right. 2 into 10 goes 5 times. And 5 into 10 goes 2 times. And then 5 into 15 goes 3 times. 2 into 36. 18. 3 times 18. C would have been correct. And most person did already get it right. All right. And I see people retracting their answers. Yes, Madam Jones. Of course, showing your workings right there. Yes, please. All right. So it's simple as that. No overthink it in the exam. No, nothing. All right. 34. Which of the following does not represent the graph of a function? 34. Just in case there's anyone who is behind. So maybe them answer coming wrong. I'm just gonna type in the chat answers for 34 now. Haha. Hello, Mr. Kevin Murray. Could you bring me some water, please? Thank you. All right. Which of the following does not represent the graph of a function? After you pick your answer, we can talk about why it is not. Very simple test. When you get multiple choice, this is the test you use to know if it's the graph of a function. Coming up. See if anybody new is in the chat. I see D, I see C, I see B. I see C again. C has it mostly. So let us see. Very easy. There's what is called the vertical line test. The vertical line test. You want to know if there is if it's a graph of a function, you draw a vertical line. Draw a vertical line through each of the functions, each of the graphs. Vertical line. We need a different color. Vertical line, vertical line, vertical line. And you can try this vertical line in more than one places on the same graph. Vertical mean one line, we go up, down, all right, north to south. All right, perfect. So when you look, it should go through the graph only one time. That's the way you can know if it's a function. Anywhere on this line in A, me draw one line, it's gonna go through the graph one time. It's gonna touch the graph at one place. And clearly the only one where that not happen with is at C. Good. Anywhere upon this line here, on this graph, I draw a vertical line. It's gonna cut the graph more than one time. That's how you know that it is not a function. All right, so yes, C is the answer. It said which one does not represent the graph of a function. All right, and one vertical line test. There's a very popular vertical line test question. So that one they love repeat. All right, welcome to the newcomers. I see that more persons have joined. And if you're a first timer, make a note in the chat and rep your school. All right, then be in the building. Did I see something there again? I'm not sure if Glenmere is in the building. Merle Grove is in the building. Edwin Allen, Jonathan Grant. Yep. All right, it says, which of the following sets of ordered pairs describe a function? And it's simply as say, when you look at the values, remember say, points are written like this, x, y. There's an x value, a y value. Yes, Andriana. Oh, yes, Osh Andriana. I'm so sorry. Glenmere in the building. All right. X, Y. It means that you should look at the points and say, which of these sets does this happen with? What do I mean? Which of these sets does this happen with? Where if I do something to X, so for example, if I do something to 2, I get the answer 3. And if I do the same thing to 2 here, I get the answer 5. And if I do the same thing to 4, I get the answer 7. That's basically what we're looking at. So you're like, there must be something that I can do to all the X values in order to get the Y values. And you must be able to do the same thing to the X values. If that not happen, then it out. All right, I know this is one of those out. Right? And which is right. Adriana, yes, Adriana, big them up. All right. Oops, let me not say, I should not be saying stuff. All right. Waiting on more answers. MT, I think you're a little behind, so draw your cursor, go straight to the end of the live, please and thank you, so you can catch me up. Anytime you hear me say that, just go ahead and do that. Which of the following sets of ordered pairs describe a function? All right, 1 second while you work. All right. And I see that we stop. But anyway, because I'm looking in the chat and I don't see any answers yet. But there's also, we're gonna end at 8:30, Celicia. But there's also another way you can look at it. Make this observation. You remember just a while ago we said, basically, we need the vertical line to go through only one, go through the graph only one time. And basically that is saying that if we have an x value here, call it 2, we don't want the graph to go through the x value of 2 more than one times. If we pick another x value, like let's say 40 right here, so we don't want there to be 2 points on the same graph where there is where one of them have one x value of 4 and the next one have an x value of 4. So anyway, you can make an observation right here, even if you cannot figure out and even if you can't figure out a formula that helps you to move from x to y and stuff like that, right? So you simply do this. If you look at this here, you notice, there is 2, 3, and there's 2, 5, which means there are 2 points in this, on whatever graph that is, right? That has the same x value. We're like, that wrong, right? So you're looking for a set that doesn't have 2 same x values. So go ahead and type it, yes. So B is definitely correct. Yes, guys, yes, yes. All right. So B definitely correct, because if you look at C, there's an x value with 3 in it, and there's another point with an x value of 3. If you look at D, there's an x value of -1 and another point has an x value of -1. All right, awesome. So B is definitely correct. So somebody in question here, you're not doing a workout, you just observe. All right, I'm gonna switch to 36. Chani, me get my water, by the way, just saying. All right. Yes, B is definitely correct. All right, guys. Remember, at any point you feel like we are moved left here, you just screenshot so we can run along. All right. Those persons who are new and those who just joined, but you're not new, but you have not yet been a part of the DG Makes Math Easy family, you just go right to the yellow thing there right under the video, and you just click on that, and you can click to receive all notifications, click the bell. You want to know how it works, me old people, all right? So that you can get notification whenever we go live and stuff like that. All right, some live videos will be announced, some just got dropped. All right, so go ahead and sub. All right, I hope people start looking what is going on. Ooh, and funny enough, guys, we're at we're at 998 subscribers. This is so cool. This is so cool. I'm not really noticed that. All right, so 2 more people. All right, here we go. The question on the screen, the diagram above shows a graph. It says if A, B, and C are positive constants, the equation of the graph is, and right now, if you recognize what kind of graph this is, go ahead and type it in the chat. I'll give 10 seconds. That is important. Yes, Elaine, we just see it. Almost 1K. I'm like, this is so cool. All right, what kind of graph it is? I hope that by the time you get here, you would have said the answer. It is a quadratic graph, right? And a quadratic graph, generally, you can think about it. You can recognize it easily, especially if it has, if it passes through the x-axis like that twice. All right. Yes, Brown, correct. All right. So you know that the general form of a quadratic equation is going to be, well, quadratic graph is going to be y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Ax squared plus bx plus c. So, all right, you're going to be able to see. Very good. So you can, you know that it's not going to be this one. It passes through the graph 2 times. It's not going to be this one. It's not going to be this one. All right. And I have a teacher friend, Miss Richards. If anybody from Anchovy is on, yes, Miss Richards, she would remind you that if it's a smiling graph, the A value at the front here is going to be positive. A smile is a positive thing. And then if it's a graph that's upside down like this, that's frowning, then it's going to be a negative A here. All right. So with that said, this is a smiling graph, as Ms. Richards would say. Which one of these then would be the correct answer? And if you notice the difference between C and answer C and D, number C, answer C and D is that A is positive in one of them, A is negative in one of them. So this question really wants to test to see if if you notice whether the front number should be positive or negative. Ooh, that's nice. Andrea, I'm gonna take picture it. Oh gosh, I can't manage. All right. All right. Want to celebrate in the chat. That's so wonderful. We're at 1K subscribers. All right. Yes, guys. And definitely, clearly the answer is C. Very good. Decimal, Sabrina Leslie, welcome. Lena, welcome. Elaine, yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So yeah, that's correct. 37. Yes. Which of the following best describes the function? All right. So here we have a mapping diagram. Gives us X values that map to Y values. Each X value maps to only one Y value. So you can know that that is a linear graph. 1 second. That matches a linear graph. And so you're gonna simply substitute and say, how can I move from this X value to this Y value? Which one of these formulas gets me to do that? All right. And of course, we should also mention that anytime I see f of x, it's the same as y, f of x. All right. Yeah, and it's so easy. Like the way I answer them, I come in already. Right? Yes, Janelle, Elaine, Decimal, Hortiva, Brown, Samantha, Adriana. Yeah. That's we. If you want to find f of x, you use x plus 3. So if you want to find y, which is f of x, go ahead and just say 2 plus 3, you get your 5. 5 plus 3, you get 8. 8 plus 3, you get 11, and so on, right? So yep, yes, Shanique and Salicia, Sabrina. Everybody light up the one thing, of course. Love Alexandria. Okay. O is the center of the circle above. The area of the circle is 20 centimeters squared. What is the area of that small, aka minor sector AOB? If the area of the entire circle is 20 centimeters squared, what is the area of the minor sector? And that's too easy, so let me just lift it up on one. All right, I see B's coming in. Adriana Decimal, see we here. For those who just came on, if you would like to be a part of, for those who come on after 5 minutes gone, if you would like to be a part of any of the, a part of the workshop that is for Tuesday and Wednesday, you can go ahead and, you can go ahead and text either the number or use the email that you see in the chat, pinned at the top of the chat. Trying to go to the top. All right, so what was the name again? Maybe this is the other person. All right, Rajay Brown was one of our winners, was first in the chat when we got here. We end at 8:30, which looks like we're gonna stop at number 40 or so. All right, yeah, B definitely correct. All right, so this is 60 degrees out of the entire 360 degrees out of the circle. And so you want that fraction of the area. That fraction of the area. That's it. B. All right. And only for time when students book up on questions like these, we kind of get thrown off. But it really just reasoning it out. What fraction of the circle is this? Oh, 60 out of 360. All right, do that. Times, how do I find area of a circle? All right. So you know, we could just say it here. So then area of a sector is equal to whatever degrees you represent out of the entire 360 times area of the circle, pi r squared. All right, so you can take that off quickly, put it on the screen for 10 seconds and see where we end up. All right, generally, someone just asked, I'm just gonna go ahead and, someone just asked privately. Generally, I have CXC classes on a Thursday at 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. You can also still text either the number or call the number or use the email address to reach out to me. All right, if you'd like to be a part of that class. All right, the volume of a cube of sides 10 centimeters. The question is very, very popular on the CXC paper. You see it almost, all right, you see well over time. Good. Oh, sorry, my chat wasn't open. Let's push it. All right, yeah, make sure we can reach there. Good point. The volume of a cube of size 10 centimeters is Shanique out and Stanson. Yes, that is correct. Yes, Samantha, Salicia, Dunia. I hope I pronounced that right. It's that cute. All right. So how do you find volume? Volume is equal to length times width times height. And since this is a cube, which means all the faces of it are squared, then it means, we're going to be looking at the volume to be length of one side times length again times length. Because it's a cube, all the edges are equal in length. All right, so that's gonna be L cubed. All right, which is 10 cubed or 10 times 10 times 10. So definitely that answer is D. All right. 39 is D. Giovanni, you're finally there. Well, you're finally in at the chat. We're soon done. All right. Next one, and that's centimeters cubed because it's volume. All right. If it took a speedboat 9 hours to travel a distance of 1,080 kilometers, what is its average speed? And which means you need to know how to find speed. By the way, guys, if you can't remember the formula for speed, just look right here. So just remember, say speed is measured like kilometers per hour, meters per second. So it's literally distance. Kilometers is distance. And by the way, the slash in a kilometers per hour is literally one division sign. All right. So kilometers are distance per hour, that's a time. So all if you never know what the formula for speed is and you have a problem remembering it, literally, this is it. Distance over time. All right. Which is right. Guys, Giovanni was watching old videos and there are quite a number of them. I don't know if I need to do some replay of some as well, because there are some that deals with the basics. Operations with fractions, operations with algebraic fractions, and all kind of stuff. All right, I see the answer being C coming out. I want to make sure I'm not sure now. All right, very good. And if you know your timetable, this kind of come easy. 1,080 over 9. Yes, all right. Can't take your time. 9 into 10. That goes 1 time, remainder 1. 9 into 18, 2 times. 9 to 0, 0. All right. That is correct. All right, everybody get it a while ago. Make sure we're not using a calculator, by the way. That way you know your speed without a calculator. All right. Go ahead and look at this one by yourself. As Solisa said, we can try if it push to reach 45. Let's see. All right. Don't see any answers yet. Somebody asked if 41 is D. All right, and we have D seems to have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons saying D. And it's simple. You just go distance around the edge of a circular pond is definitely going to be circumference. And we know that circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Clearly, you're not being asked to work out the exact thing, because if you notice, pi still in the answer. All right. So put in everything else that you know. They said the distance around is 88 meters. So put in your 88 underneath circumference. And then you go again, which is right. So Elaine is saying, using algebra, she wrote down the formula first. C equals 2 pi r. And then using algebra, make r the subject of the formula. That's it. So coming to that, 2 pi r. Make r the subject, meaning get r on one side by itself. We have 2 pi r here, and we want r by itself. We need to get rid of 2 pi. And since clearly this is multiplication, we do the reverse. We divide by 2 pi. Anything you do to one side, do it to the other. 2 pi cancels 2 pi, because then going at each other one time. So we have r equals 88 over 2 pi. Awesome job so far, guys. Awesome job. All right. A school day starts 8, and clearly this is 24 hours, 24-hour clock, right? That's why it says 8:50 hours, right? So it tells you that that is 8:50 in the morning, all right? And then it ends at 1500 hours, all right? It ends at 1500 hours. What time of day is 1500? Count by your finger them if you never know. Good. From 100 hours, that's 1 a.m. We open at the wee hours of the morning. Come straight down to 1200 hours would be midday. And so 1300 hours is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1400 hours at 2 o'clock, 1500 hours is 3 o'clock. And you can easily find that by just saying 1500 hours minus midday. And it will literally tell you what time in the afternoon it is. All right. We're going live again on Thursday, Giovanni. Oh. All right. Or look out for an update because there may be something else happening on Thursday for me. All right. All right. But just look out. You'll get the link, and also just click on the red button. So you will always receive the updates. All right. No worries. No worries. Now it says there are 2 breaks in the school day. It starts 8:50 and it done 3 o'clock. There are 2 breaks, one lasting 20 minutes and the other break is 1 hour. So in total, there are 2 breaks that add up to 1 hour and 20 minutes. If we start at 8:50 and we end at 3 o'clock, how many hours is that? Then we have the break time. Then we have the total time. Then we need to know what the time, well, if back to school activities, if there are 2 breaks. All right. All right, and I see answers coming in. So let us see. From 8:50 to 3 o'clock, you can count by your hand. Say, oh, from 8:50 to 9 o'clock, that's 10 minutes. Then you say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 6 hours and 10 minutes, right? All if you don't do it on the paper. Because this is a paper one, and you have to show your workings, right? So you're like, there's a total of 6 hours and 10 minutes. So the total is 6 hours and 10 minutes, but break time is 1 hour and 20 minutes. How much exactly, how much time is left for school activities? I believe the answers I see coming in there for 42. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we're sure we're good? Um, this is weird. Let's double check what we would have had so far. School day starts at 8:50, all right, in the morning and ends at 1500 hours. There are 2 breaks. One is 20 minutes, the other 1 hour. How much time is devoted to school activities? And you guys see the correct answer? Please type the answer that you got in the chat. Don't type the answer on the screen that's closest to yours. I want to see what was the answer that you got. What was the answer that you got? Type it in the chat. Okay, Zachary. That is correct. 4 hours and 50 minutes. Yes. All right. Alain, tell me if the first answer you wrote was a typo. All right. Because, see it here now. I pray that this never happens on CXC where you can't find the answer. All right. 6 hours and 10 minutes. Minutes. Let's go back to primary school now. We will stop here. 6 hours, 10 minutes. And then you're subtracting 1 hour and 20 minutes. You're subtracting, all right? Can you subtract 20 minutes from 10 minutes in a real life? Living colors, no. All right, you need to borrow 1 hour from here, which leaves 5 hours. If you are borrowing 1 hour, that means in essence, you're borrowing 60 minutes. So you're adding 60 minutes to this 10 minutes that's here, which means now you have to say, oh, I have 70 minutes to use to subtract 20. That means I'm now gonna have 50 minutes left here, 4 hours and 50 minutes. I bet you keep on your finger. Right, I know. And if I were in the exam and I saw this, I would have chosen the answer closest to it as well, Alicia. Right? Yeah. All right. So, and some persons made the mistake of adding 10 and 20 and then saying 30. So some persons get 30 over here, so. And then that same person would have said, oh, 6 minus 1, 5. Because they never did borrow none. All right. So 4 hours and 50 minutes, correct. And then, yeah. That would have to choose the answer closest to it. All right. Yes. All right. So no, one never crazy. All right. This can be the last one. Quite very simple. On leaving Trinidad, the time on a pilot's watch was 2300 hours. So that means 11 o'clock in the night. Because on the 24-hour mark, that would have been midnight, 12 o'clock, right? Same time as 0000 hours. Because that's the time when the clock would start over. All right, so 2300 hours, that's 11 o'clock in the night. When he arrived at his destination in the same time zone, on the following day, his watch showed 300 hours. 300 hours, at what time a day? 300, what time a day? All right. So remember say 0 hours is midnight. So what would 300 hours be? All right, so that would have been 3 o'clock in the morning, which means Shanique is correct when she says, how many hours did the flight take? 4 hours. Yes. Question 43 is definitely A. All right, flight took 4 hours. Sometimes in these questions, you'll see the 2300 written with, even if I see it with nothing in between, you know that it's still 24-hour clock, right? Even if there's not a colon in the middle. All right, guys, this is where we stop tonight, 8:36. And girls got a life, and so do you. So I will see y'all when I see y'all. Yes, that question here very, very often. Yes, they will repeat. They'll repeat. Yep. All right. All right. And I mean, if you have the 2005 past paper multiple choice, you can go ahead and go ahead of us so that when you come, you're just ready. That is okay. All right. So I will see you guys. Hey, this evening we started almost on time. We did our introductions from 7 o'clock to 7:05. So the persons them who come on late, which is like over 20 of you, just make sure say you're live next time. All right. Yeah. All right. So yes. So if you're interested in Thursday classes 5 to 7, you can text or email, and I'll give you the answers, the details regarding that. All right, MT. Thank you for being such good students and a good audience. All right. The people know that I fight in their chat. I'm gonna ban them from a Thursday class. All right. So bye guys, and I will see you when I see you. All right. All right. Bye. Bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Mm-hmm.